Women Up Radio, designed to facilitate women's empowerment, improve your career, develop your talents, incorporate your passions, achieve fulfilment and success.
Hello, this is Women Up Radio, supporting Empower Women. And today we're talking about financial freedom and its impact on women's empowerment. I'm joined in the studio by my guest, Patricia Allen, author, speaker, and financial advisor, who specialises in helping women navigate the complex world of personal finance and wealth management. So welcome to the programme, Patricia.
Well, good morning, and thank you for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure, and it's such an interesting subject and something which I think a lot of us are a bit nervous about dealing with. So tell me about your work and why you became so interested in helping women, because you help them to find personal freedom and empowerment through their financial security. So how did that start?
Well, I usually like to start with my story because my story is very interesting as to how I got started. And my story is that I was one of 7 children raised by a single woman. My mother had no skills or education, and we spent many years on welfare. I grew up trapped in poverty and the belief that I would never amount to anything. Well, after coming out of a brief marriage at the age of 21, I was left to support my 2 young children alone with no skills, no education, and I found myself in the same position as my mother, on welfare.
Oh, really?
While on welfare, I earned my degree, yes, in medical records, and I was hired as a medical records administrator at one of the largest teaching hospitals in the country.
Yeah.
And you know, Anna, I had a strong desire to become financially independent, and I had to overcome many personal challenges.
Yeah.
Now, this wasn't easy, and it required that I be diligent about how I managed my money.
Yeah.
Because I understood the importance of saving and investing. So after a few years of earning a good income, I realized that my savings account wasn't growing. I wanted to know how I can make my money grow. So I took a course on investing at the local college. And after the first class, I got it. I understood what a stock was, and I wanted to learn more. So as I continued to pursue higher education, I became more confident with my ability to manage and grow my money. And that is what inspired me to take what I learned and share it with other women.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. It's so much better when you do it from your own experience as well. And I think that really gives confidence to other women, because if they know you've been through a situation or you've experienced something, it makes it easier for them to follow through. But I think that it's very important to keep a balance between making and managing the money so that you've got the essentials you need to live a purposeful and fulfilling life, but without wealth becoming an ultimate goal, because some people get too fixated on that. What do you feel about that?
Well, let's begin with this analogy, Anna. Say you have 4 children. Now, imagine someone asked you, which one was your favorite? You couldn't possibly answer that, could you?
No.
It's simply the wrong question to begin with. And yes, that's how a lot of people try to plan their financial goals. Your job, your career, your house, your kids, your retirement. It's not like any one of these is your favorite goal.
Yeah.
Each is a high priority in its own special way.
Yeah.
Now, it's important to have balance in all aspects of our lives, and that includes making and managing money. In many cases, when we talk about money, the terms money and wealth are often used interchangeably. which means wealth accumulation is often defined as the generation of more income or assets to create a better financial position.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I have a different definition of wealth. I define it as when we have an abundance of anything in our life that we truly value, and that includes living a purposeful and fulfilling life. So you don't really need a lot of money to create wealth unless the things that you value that are important to you cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So let's break it down and talk about the best way to achieve balance between making money and managing money.
Yeah.
And that is to start by asking what's important to you.
Yes.
What allows you to feel happy, comfortable, fulfilled. And for most women, it's not just about their immediate needs. It's about the value that you add to your family, community, and to the world.
Yeah.
So by keeping a balance, it begins by acknowledging that making money and managing money are both high priorities, and that they're on par or on equal grounds, giving each the attention is needed, just like your children.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, very, very good explanation. Yeah, it makes it so much clearer. So how do you think that this impacts us practically? I mean, is there anything that we should do that will help us to keep this balance and to keep the focus so we've got enough money for independence, but without it taking over our goals? Do you have any ideas for that?
Oh, yes. It's important to keep balance in our lives. And we have to consider what financial independence means to you. Now, for everyone, it's different, right?
Yeah.
So the technical definition of financial independence typically means having enough income to pay your living expenses for the rest of your life without having to work full time. Now, some people achieve this through saving and investing over many years, while others will build a successful business that can generate the income without daily supervision. So the first step to keep the balance and focus is to work with a financial planner to create a written financial plan. A plan that evaluates your current and your future financial state in order to predict the future cash flows, asset values, and the type of withdrawals that you would like to have going down the road.
Yeah.
So the beginning of that process should start by asking yourself, what is your true purpose in life?
Yeah.
What's important to you?
Yeah.
Because purpose gives you clarity and focus.
Yeah, exactly. And I know there's something that I find that's a real paradox, because frequently it's reported that women leave money-making decisions to their husbands. But then on the other hand, all of the statistics that we have prove that for a company, having women on the board gives them better results and more financial stability because women are more risk adverse. So do you think women react better financially when it's for a company than in their private lives? Or do you think the idea that women leave money-making decisions to their husbands is just not accurate? I mean, I know I never left them to my husband, but I've got a strong character.
Well, I have to say, Anna, you are one of the exceptions to that
okay.
rule. Okay, because many women do leave the money managing decisions to their husbands. Even women that hold great positions of responsibility and well educated, they're often resident when it comes to their finances. Many women voluntarily take a back seat in matters of finances for several different reasons. They don't feel that they know enough, and they just defer the task to their spouse because they think that their spouse knows more, which in many cases they probably don't.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the confidence, and that's where the reason why women do that. They just don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
And so when we talk about women being risk averse, yes, women are. Male risk taking tends to increase under stress, while female risk taking tends to decrease. And one reason is because the brain activity involved in computing risk and preparing for action is different in men. And there have been statistics that have shown that the differences between men and women's behavior, particularly under duress. And I have to consider my own life experiences and how they inform and shape my decisions. So the same concept applies in business, where women tend to gather more facts when assessing opportunities and risk. We research more thoroughly.
Yeah.
We probe more thoroughly. And so we have we're more proactive.
Yeah.
And so we look down the road as to what are the repercussions and examine the possibilities of the decisions that we make.
Yeah.
So you say the question, do you think women react financially better for the company than in their own private lives? Well, I have a strong personal opinion about that, because we all have a financial personality, which may include being a spender, a saver, or a hoarder, or there's different money personalities. We're all unique. It depends on the financial personality of the woman, and her personality as it pertains to her personal household may be completely different when she serves on the board, which means her perspective may be different.
Yeah. Yeah.
So bottom line is, yes, she may react better financially when it's for her company than her private life, because she realizes that her decisions while serving on the board can impact not only her company and shareholders, but also her own livelihood.
Yeah. And so do you think women, particularly women that are good with managing finances in a company and who've got the vision and the skill in their professional lives, do you think it's something they should bring into their personal lives? And if so, how would you suggest they do it?
Well, my suggestion for that is get your own financial house in order, formalize your personal finances and managing your wealth, and hold it in the same high esteem as your professional or your corporate life.
Yeah.
You are listening to Anna Letitia Cook at Women Up Radio.
What about authenticity? Because I know we talk a lot about authenticity these days, and from personal experience, I know it can be really difficult to keep focused on what's important to me, also to us, and what really drives us, what makes us happy, comfortable, what makes us fulfilled. But yet a lot of us are very ambitious, and we want to have a good job, we want to have a good salary, etc. Do you think there's a risk of us losing our true selves as we develop our careers and our financial security? Or do you think we can do both and really remain authentic?
Oh, very good question, Anna.
Thank you.
You're good. When you look at people in the corporate world, there are many cases where they risk or have lost their identity because of the magnitude of focus that's required to get the noteworthy attention that they feel they need to get ahead.
Yeah.
And as a result of trying to get ahead of the competition, they veer off track and lose themselves. Well, the good news is that you can lose yourself, but you can also get back on track.
Yeah.
And you can accomplish that by staying grounded.
Yeah.
When you're not on the job, you should take a break to rediscover who you are.
Yes.
Put yourself back in perspective and not eat, drink, breathe, and sleep the company.
Yeah. Yeah. I so agree with you. Totally. So what I'm telling my clients all the time, stop thinking about work, start thinking about what you really want and who you really are, right? So, but coming back to managing money and being financially independent and successful, do you think we need a particular mindset for that? Because it's still very much associated that if you're good at managing money, it's a male trait. But I've got a real bee in my bonnet about not being a male clone. I want to stay feminine. I want to stay female. I want to have my own character. So do you think there is a special mindset for managing money? Or do you think it's something that, well, what are your views? What are your views on that?
Well, yes, you can have a certain mindset to manage your money and your own individual personality woven into it.
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
Yeah.
You don't have to emulate a male to make substantial and smart financial decisions. Mm-hmm. My suggestion is the main mindset is to focus on and understand how money works.
Yeah.
To understand that your money is a tool that you can utilize to create a fulfilling and purposeful life.
Yeah.
Understanding how money works builds confidence in speaking the language of personal finance and enables you to make smart financial decisions.
Yeah.
Think of and use your money as a tool.
Yeah.
To make choices about what you value.
Yes. Yeah. Great. And I know you're a strong believer in gaining a new perspective on what money can do for you and on having more confidence in financial decisions and things like that. So do you think our vision as women is fundamentally different from the typical male view? And has this changed over the years?
Have you read or heard of the book Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus?
Yes, definitely.
What I found interesting about the book is how men and women approach things differently.
Yeah.
Men and women are different creatures, often with a different approach to achieving the same end goal. But the reality is this: as a woman, we have been making great financial decisions all of our life, often life-altering decisions, using our woman's intuition and feminine strength.
Yeah.
The natural strengths that women bring to the world have helped women make solid decisions in all aspects of their lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, our vision